Hello and welcome to this edition of Eat Right with Rouses. I'm your host, Keith Weissite, licensed clinical social worker with Terrebonne Home Care. Very glad you're joining us. However you may be joining us, we appreciate it. And we are so very glad to have our favorite dietitian joining us right here in beautiful Rouses, April Sins. Hello, April.
Hello, Keith. Thanks for having me today.
Absolutely. And you know, it's one of those things that being in the health field for a long time, I really understand the value of iron, but I don't know if people realize all the places they can get iron in their diet. I'm looking forward to hearing it today.
Absolutely. So I like to think about, okay, where can we get those nutrients like iron from food? Because I know we do have some supplementation and things like that. And sometimes that supplementation is required depending on people's iron levels.
Right.
But where can we get it from food? And so I'm excited to tell you about some different fruits and vegetables that we can actually find iron in.
Oh, I love it.
So,
naturally.
I want to tell you about, first, let's start with some different types of iron. There's two types of iron.
Okay.
One is called heme and one is called non-heme.
Okay.
Now, heme iron is the kind that we find in meat, fish, and poultry. So a lot of people think about, when they think about iron, they think about, okay, I need to eat more red meat and things like that.
Right.
But there's also non-heme iron, which is another type of iron that's found in fruits and vegetables and nuts.
Oh.
And so since we kind of are familiar with the ones in meat, let's talk about the fruits and vegetables that we can find that iron in. I'm sure that you've heard your grandmother say, you know, eat your beans. Yes, you know, and beans are packed with nutrition.
Gotcha.
They have fiber, they have protein, but they also have that iron in there. And I've listed a few on here, like chickpeas, kidney beans, lima beans, pintos, and white beans. Another thing too, you can find it in some green vegetables. So think about broccoli as a source of your non-heme iron, and then surprisingly, canned tomatoes. A lot of people might not realize that canned tomatoes are a source of the iron as well.
Yeah.
Going back to the green vegetables, we're going to talk about some collard greens, spinach. We have that as well as some green leafy vegetables. So that is great to be able to incorporate in things like stir fries or maybe just cook it down as a side dish. And then dates. So dates are a really, it's one of those items where it's kind of gotten a little bit more popular lately. It's called medjool dates, and those bigger dates. And they taste delicious. It's a natural sweetener, so you can sweeten things and add that source of iron in there as well.
Oh, wow. And good fiber as well.
And good fiber, absolutely.
Wow. All three of those.
And then similarly, raisins, or it's kind of like a little tiny, it's made from grapes, but it looks like a little tiny date. And so we can add raisins to things. Sweet potatoes. We have Louisiana sweet potatoes. They are super delicious and a great way to get a lot of nutrition. Sweet potatoes have vitamin A as well, so it's packed with nutrition. And then watermelon and strawberries. So watermelon season, we're going to be getting into that more into the summer. We can get watermelon all year long, but it is higher in the season and in the summer. And then strawberries. We're right in the middle of
right in the middle of strawberry season.
Louisiana strawberry season.
Beautiful strawberries.
And so you can get those. Now, what I love about the strawberries and also the tomatoes and those sorts of things, on the next slide, I'm going to tell you about how to absorb more of that iron.
Okay.
So if you want to absorb more of that iron, there's certain things that you can do. One is that you can eat something with vitamin C with it at the same meal. It helps the absorption of iron.
Oh.
So if you have, let's say you have the meat, like the red meat, have something with vitamin C at that meal. I have a few things, few pictures up here. Broccoli actually has vitamin C in it already. The canned tomatoes, the oranges, we know that's a source of vitamin C. Peppers, and then also the strawberries have some vitamin C in it.
Well, I got to tell you, my nephew-in-law is getting it all the iron he needs, and he pumps a lot of iron, so I know how he's getting it. But he eats broccoli like it's nobody's business.
Oh, that's awesome.
He loves broccoli.
That's great.
Steamed, raw, doesn't matter. Just don't put too much on it.
Yeah.
So Levin is always getting his greens out.
That is great.
So isn't that awesome?
That's great. He's going to be an Iron Man.
Yeah, he's built like an Iron Man, I can tell you that.
That's awesome. Okay, and so also you can cook in a cast iron pan. I'm sure you've probably heard that in the past as well, where you can get some more iron into the iron-rich foods. But those citrus items, like those broccoli and the strawberries and things like that, have that. What I think of is I think about whenever you make a chili and you add, so you have the red meat for the chili, and then you add the tomatoes in there. That's a great combination to have a powerful iron-rich meal, because you have the vitamin C from the tomatoes and also the iron,
Right.
and you have the iron from the meat.
And it's a catalyst. Those are just kind of catalysts for making sure your body absorbs it better.
Yeah, yeah, it helps with the absorption. Now, there are some things that you want to have apart from a meal to help with the absorption.
Okay.
And one of those things is tea. So if you like to drink tea, then have that apart from the meal.
Not
if you
with
want,
it.
Not with it. If you want to absorb that iron better.
So that's really one of those great ideas where they recommend, kind of hot tea or teas in the morning or in the evening, but not with the meal.
Not with the meal. If you
Right.
want to absorb that. So there are some different foods that do help with absorption of different nutrients, but there are also some foods that inhibit the absorption of different nutrients. So it's just about what you have together.
What a great idea for balancing that out. So some great recommendations and with meat, with fish, with vegetables, with fruits, and all of those in the right combination are really where the sweet spot is.
Absolutely. And you can always go to your doctor and see, how if you're getting enough iron. They can do some different tests and things to be able to tell you if you're getting enough iron as well. And if you need to supplement it or if you're getting enough through your meals.
Wow. And so great ideas about combining those. And those with vitamin C are going to help the body absorb it. Tea is something that needs to be done differently and without it because it will prevent it.
Absolutely. Go to Rouses and get all your fresh fruits and vegetables.
Well, absolutely. Thank you very much. We appreciate you, April. Thanks
Thank
for
you
being
so
here.
much.
All right, guys, that'll do it for this particular edition of Eat Right with Rouses, but don't go anywhere. A whole lot more right here on HTV.